Aloha students. This is a video that's going to explore our old friend, the song Brown-Eyed Girl, in more depth. I have a sheet of notation that's in the Brown-Eyed Girl folder on Laulima, and it's titled Brown-Eyed Girl Intro and Accompaniment Idea in Parallel Harmony. And we'll see what this means in just a little bit. So, line 1 of the notation, I'll demonstrate what it is. So, under the G chord, and throughout this whole lesson, you can always, you really should play the root of the chord, and that in this song that'll always be the note the chord is. So when you're playing a G, play a G. So I'm playing, as you can see, these notes are in pairs, and I'm going to play the bottom one, so it's the first, second, and third step of the scale. So for G, it's going to be G, A, B. You can see this from your G major scale, which you know is whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. So that it's just going up and down. Moving on to the next measure, it's a C, so play C in your left hand, and the lower note is going to be the 1, 2, and 3 of the C scale. So it's C, D, E, and then back down. So the riff is back to G. And for our D, we have the lower note is an F sharp. Then we go down to a D, E. So our melody in these lower notes is C, back to G, D, and we end up on G. So these three notes here, when we're on the D chord, it's a little more involved, just because it's a lower inversion too, to make it work. Our D major scale, starting on D, would be whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. So the idea in these accompaniments is the notes in the scale of the chord the song is at are really pretty fair game for accompaniment. In this one it's pretty simple because we're only using the first three. So beginning students work on this intro with the song, and just to get going, just use the lower note in the notation, and it's always going to be out of the 1, 2, and 3 notes of the scale of the chord you're on. So again, G is going to be C, will be back to G, and our D is going to be and back to G. So the next step in this, for the more intermediate students and advanced beginners, is we're going to add the parallel harmony. And we're going to take the note that's a third above. So this is a harmony in thirds. So basically you just skip a note in the scale, and whatever that note is, that's what follows the pattern. So for G, if our the first root of the harmony is G, A, B, we are going to be doing B, C, D. So it's, I'll do it this way so you can see it. Again. So we're just skipping a note in the scale. To get a good fingering for that would be good. That's how I do it. Probably would be, if you really want to train yourself, do it so you don't have to use two fingers twice. We're going to do the exact same thing off our C chord. So when we're on C, we're going to be adding the note that's a third above it. So it's, so this is what we'll be playing. Add the root, and we have, so G is, C is, and our final ending to the intro riff would be our D. Excuse me. We can play a little harmony on the first note of the D. So this is A and F sharp is what I wrote on the notation. Then your scale just leading up back up to the G. So the whole thing is, well, let me just play the D again.